Well, I think it's understandable that the electronics market is not as strong as it was. If you think back 5, 10, 15 years, all Canadians were changing from analog to digital in their television sets, and everybody replaced their televisions. That was an enormous market. We could support a vast number of stores selling electronic items. At the moment, the market is not as strong, and clearly the performance of Future Shop, which used to do $1,000 a square foot in sales, which was unheard of in 10 years ago, is not as strong. And so they have to rationalize, cut back, integrate some of those stores with Best Buy.
Some can't understand why they ever had two brands operating under the same ownership. What do you think was the rationale for maintaining two separate brands as long as they did?
Well, Best Buy bought Future Shop because it was such a successful store and so profitable. And indeed, we saw the two banners often within the same mall or just down the street from one another. But those overlaps were possible because the market was so strong. It is not as strong at the moment.
Now, the announcement comes after Target closed all of its 133 stores in Canada. What do you think this says about the changing retail landscape in the country?
Changing retail landscape, we're going from strength to strength. Target was totally incompetent. When they set up, they knew nothing about Canada and they knew nothing about the market. And how they could lose $5 billion in such a short time is just totally beyond me. But the retail sales in Canada are going relatively well, although you wouldn't believe this from what comes out of Stats Canada in the last 2 months, where they have been emphasizing how month-to-month sales have been going down and not saying a word about year-over-year sales, which are very strong indeed. Clothing, for instance, is up 10 percentage points from what it was a year ago. The sales are going well. It's just that certain parts of the market may not be as strong.
What about all this retail space? What's going to happen with that?
Retail space, the vacancy is relatively low along major arterials. I think we'll see other retailers moving into the vacated space. Usually you want about a 5% vacancy rate, and it's much lower than that in most major markets.
And what about the 1,500 jobs? Do you expect that people who worked at these Future Shops, that they'll be able to, if you say strength to strength, will there be other retail jobs out there for them after this all kind of settles down?
Well, it's always a tragedy when the chain closes, like Target and Future Shop. The jobs, I think, are there. There's a lot of signs up saying needing retail assistance, and so I am confident that within a month or two, the people who want to work will have retail jobs, although Future Shop was based on commissions, and so the jobs they move into may not be as commission oriented as they are used to.